everybody. I am just getting all my gadgets set up so that I can record this as well, so that I can put this onto our website. So if you just bear with me and just give a chance for anybody who wants to come on to come on. So, bum, 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 bum. Right, so if you have any questions while I'm chatting away, just pop it into the comment box. I will read that and I will try and add it into here. But the reason I wanted to do this was because I get a lot of questions and emails coming through for people who are interested in doing their Pilates teacher training, but obviously they have a lot of questions, and there's been quite a few questions that are the same. So I thought, well, I'll do a little video for you guys and then you can get the answers. So I have about 18 questions that have come through from everybody. So we'll get started. So the first one has been, where are we based? So we are in Newton Abbot, but it's on the back roads between Newton Abbot and Torquay, so there's no public transport there. We're about a couple of miles from the train station. You can cycle on that road, but it's not a very safe road to walk on, so I don't recommend it. If you are coming by train and you do need transport, we can sort something with you, so just let us know in advance. We can help you with that. And then along with where are we are in Newton Abbot in Devon, and we're very lucky to have a studio near the estuary, which is beautiful. And the accommodation, so we've actually got some of our clients run Airbnb, so we have got a couple of rooms that they rent out, and that I'm not sure of the price, but it's actually very cheap, and they stay in Bishop Stainton, which overlooks the estuary, so you will need access to transport if you're going to stay there. But again, being in Devon, we're quite used to needing transport, so just get in touch with us if you're struggling with that. And then also Passage House Hotel in King Stainton has done us a corporate deal, so I will put all the information in the feed for you. So that is the accommodation. So there's hotels around Passage House Hotel. I think it's the Best Western, which overlooks the estuary, and then we've got some ladies, Val and Elaine, that run Airbnb at their lovely place in Bishop Stainton. And like I said, I'll put their details into the news feed. So moving on, how much time will I need? So how you do one thing is how you do everything. So you could race through the course and do the bare minimum, or you could actually put a bit of effort into it and really study. So the course itself is 300 hours. You are at the studio between 70 and 80 of those hours with us, and then the rest of the time is pre-study for your exam, and I'll go through that as well. And there are spaces between the weekends for your case study and all of that stuff. So it is doable. It's just depending on your commitment. But there's a lot, and if you can do Excel, then there's a lot of copy and paste, so that will cut out some time for you. And again, we try and do as much as we can in the studio so that you haven't got tons and tons of homework to do. But obviously this is a diploma and there is some work required. So Amanda asked me how much studying is there. So put it this way, I'm not academic at all. I'm quite thick when it comes to studying. But what I did is I registered, I can't remember how long I registered before my course, but I took little post-it notes and I took the textbook. I mean, the textbook's about that big, it's not massive. but you do need to study. And I just put a little post-it note on every 2 pages or 3 pages with the date I was going to study and what I was going to study, so that I had a study plan ahead of me, so it wasn't like cramming at the last minute. So you know how you retain information and how you study. I had to really put a lot of effort into it because I don't retain information like a parrot. I'm a doer. I learn by doing. So there is a fair amount of studying, but it's achievable. So you're not going to go and do a degree or anything like that. It's unfortunately, I don't have one of the new books, but it's about that much studying, and there's 2 books. So, and then moving on, it's like, how are the exams done? So your exams are done on a computer, so you'll need to bring a laptop in. They're multiple choice questions, and you'll get your marks straight away. So it's not the end of the world if you don't get through the exam. We do the exam on the first day. And then we have allocated time at the end of the course to resit the exam, and by then we go through loads and loads and loads and loads of exercises, teaching you the anatomy and muscles and stuff, but more in relation to Pilates than what's actually in the training manuals. But it will definitely help you with your exam. So while I'd like to say don't worry about the exam, I know it is nerve-wracking, but it's multiple choice, and it really isn't the end of the world if you don't get through the first one. So try not to stress too much about it. She says that needs to poo and pee and vomit before every assessment. So next question is, what are the assessments and how are they done? So there's various assessments through the course. The course has some written worksheets. There used to be 3 written ones, but now there's 1 written one, and the other 2 are done online on an learning platform, which you'll get access to. So that makes it a little bit easier for you as well. And then the other assessments, you will have a group teaching assessment. But again, there's going to be plenty of opportunity for you to practice your teaching through the course. So we'll do group teaching, you'll pair up and practice teaching like that. And then also all your coursework that you do, that gets marked, and that's part of your assessment as well. So it's not just an exam and stuff, there's various assessment things. But you know, we don't just chuck you in on the deep end. We're there to support you all the way and guide you through your preparation for your assessments. And I've answered the next one. How often will I teach? We try and get you teaching as much as you can. And I know it's daunting. I'm on a yoga teacher training, even though I'm a qualified yoga teacher and I teach Pilates and I teach things. I still shut myself when I've got to go and teach on my yoga course. So it is completely normal to feel that. But when I'm finished, I'm like, yes, and I really enjoy it. So if you aren't nervous, then it's, are you actually that excited about it? So a little bit of nerves is good for you. Moving on, I've got my glasses on. I've not done much Pilates before. Can I still teach it? In an ideal world, the more Pilates experience you have, the better it is on one side of it. On the other side of it is, we don't know where you've taught or how you've trained or what your experience is. So you may have picked up some bad habits. It's like anything else. Even when I used to be in the police doing driver training, it was better to have a new person that's only passed than someone that's been driving for 20 years, because we get all those bad habits that they've got to boot out of us first before they can take us through the proper training. So every exercise we do gets broken down into small pieces. We go through why we do what we do, what muscles it's working, how you would use this in your class or with the private clients. So every single exercise we teach gets broken down. So it doesn't really matter if you haven't got that much experience. but it is nice, especially if you can attend lots of classes with different teachers so that you can pick up different teaching styles, and you can actually start to reflect on their teaching style and their teaching techniques and start learning. Yeah. Do you need any other qualifications? No, you don't. No. Providing you can read and write English, I would assume. I don't think there are any others in different languages, but yeah, you need to read and write because there's a lot of paperwork. But apart from that, you don't need to have any other qualifications. We've had a contact from a few people that are like gym instructors. And so if you have a level 2 exercise and nutrition certificate, you won't need to sit that exam. And if you have a level 3 anatomy and physiology, you won't need to sit that exam. So like we had a lady on our last course who's level 5 massage therapy, so she was beyond level 3 anatomy and physiology, so she didn't have to sit that exam, she just had to do the level 2. So it may be that you can be excluded from one of them. Or when I mentioned earlier about what if you fail the exams, don't worry, you can resit them again. In fact, I know someone that's done that 5 times. So what does the course consist of? So there's various elements to the level 3 course. So the qualification you're actually registering for is a diploma, a level 3 diploma in teaching Pilates. Now that is the most recognized qualification in the UK, and most fitness centers, gyms will ask for that qualification, and it is also recognized by REPS, which is the exercise Register of Exercise Professionals, and they are worldwide, known worldwide, and we are actually registered with them as well to teach the Pilates. So we do our qualification through YMCA, who is one of the UK's leading fitness qualification providers. It's a big sentence of words for my mouth. So you will probably come across the same course lots of different places. It's just how we deliver it might vary from place to place. So what does the course consist of? So as I mentioned, you have worksheets. So you might have like what qualities do you need to become a Pilates teacher? So stuff like that, and a bit of health and safety and history of Pilates. So there's 3 of those worksheets. Then there's the group teaching. So you have to teach an hour's class. You need to have a private client that you do a case study for. So a case study is, we're going to teach you how to do postural assessments. Then you're going to do a postural assessment on your client and write a lesson plan for them, a 12-week lesson plan for them. So to help, maybe they've got an injury and you want to help them with that, or get stronger for a fitness event, or whatever it is. So that's what you're going to work on, and your group teaching plan, and then of course your exams. So there's 2 elements of teaching: private client. We don't see you do your private teaching, that is done at home. You need to do 3 sessions with them. We see you teach in a group class. You have your worksheets, and that is all. You don't have, that's all your course. So yes, and REPS I've mentioned already, which is the Register of Exercise Professional. Do you need to bring your own equipment? No, you will be doing that at our studio, so we have everything for you. So you don't need to worry about any equipment. I'm just going through the questions, make sure I've got everything. Something that's come up in the past is, oh, I can't do a certain exercise. Does that mean I can't teach? So when I first started teaching Pilates, and Mary Claire, who taught me, will vouch for me, With my open leg rockers, I couldn't get my legs straight. They were bent and it was not very pretty. But it doesn't mean you can't teach something. So you could have, if you think of an Olympic athlete, do you think their coach can run under 10? Like Usain Bolt, do you think his coach could do that? And it doesn't mean he can't coach. So you will learn different ways of teaching within the class. So you'll learn by demonstration, how to give cues, and all that kind of stuff. So it's not necessary that you can do every single exercise. It does help, but there are ways around it. So don't let that put you off. And you know what, actually sometimes it's nice for clients to see when you can't do something, because it just shows that you're human as well. So I don't believe it's necessarily a bad thing if you can't do certain things. Here's a little example. Paul does not teach windmill arms because he's got no coordination. So it's just, you know, we are each individual, and what you will come out in your own classes, your own personality, the stuff that you can and can't do. And it's okay if you can't do something. It really is. It's not the end of the world. There's war going on in the world, rather than worrying if your Pilates teacher can do an open leg rocker or something. And then I just wanted to give you a little bit of background about me and Paul. Trying to think, you know, I've been in the fitness world for many years. My mom is an ex-bodybuilder, been up on stage back in 1959 with all the big Mr. Universes, John Paul Getty, Jane Mansfield. Ask your parents who they are, they'll know. Paul's dad has done, I want to say bodybuilding as well, and he's been up on stage. So we've had a lifetime of fitness in our blood. I did a lot of running in my younger days. I don't do any now. My knees don't cope with it. Spent many hours in the gym. Did lots of sports at school, etc. And Paul as well is a big ex-runner. Paul then went on to do his sports science degree. Well, I think it was about 2000, somewhere around there. And his massage. So he does a lot of rehab, sports massage, and also teaches Pilates. And Paul's strength is with private clients, helping them recover from injuries, postural rehabilitation, all that kind of stuff. And my strength is in the classes. You know, and I will say it's quite daunting when you start teaching classes, and you might get quite nervous. When I first started, my whole intention was never to teach any classes. I was shitting myself at the prospect of even having to start classes. My idea was to teach private clients. And now, I absolutely love the classes. We have a right old giggle in them, and Paul does all the private clients. He teaches classes as well, but I thrive in the classes. So try not to let it put you off the prospect or the fear of having to stand up in front of a class, because you'll soon get over that and you will really enjoy it. I absolutely love it. And I've gone off on a tangent there. So if there is anything else, I've tried to answer most of the questions for you. If there's anything else that you want to find out from me, I will put a link to the website underneath. It's got the course dates and the price for January and for September and January, and I'll also put those links for the accommodation for you. Was there another link I was going to put on? No, so it's the accommodation and the website. So I hope that has helped. By all means, if you have more questions, or I've confused you more maybe, or you need more clarification, just send me a private message and we'll arrange a chat. Yeah, so I hope that is everything. I might have forgotten something, but have a lovely evening, and I will catch up with you later. Au revoir. Don't know how to turn this off. There we go.